Is there such a thing as drinking too much water? Well, here to tell us in 10 minutes to your health is nutritionist Rosanna Pike. Hey, Rosanna, morning.
Hi, morning, Dale.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning
Pleasure
time.
to be here.
So, first of all, I want to start, with the importance of drinking water before I get to that. Because I don't want some people see it and say, see, that's why I'm going to drink water. How important is water to a diet?
All right, so we know that water is beneficial to us, right? Because a lot of people don't even know water may be classified as one of the major nutrients we need. So it aids in digestion, so help to prevent constipation, lubricate your joints so that your muscles can move. It provides protection for your organs in your body, amongst a whole other, stuff. We need water to help regulate the blood pressure, blood volume in the body, also in regulating your body temperature. And especially now in the summer, we know we're living in extreme temperatures and we have to bear the heat, so water is indeed important.
Water is important. So how much water is enough before I get to too much?
All right, good question. So, there's a general rule of thumb that we say we must drink 8-ounce glasses of water per day. Really and truly, the average person, healthy person, needs more than that. So
more than 8?
More than 8. Yeah, so for men, 16, up to 16. So they say 15 and a half, so I round it off to 16.
Glasses of
16
water?
16 glasses of water for the day.
Rosanna?
Yes?
Them men not drink 1% of that. 16 glasses?
Well, say because it not have no sugar there.
Them not drink that. I'm going to start turning the water police upon them when them down a canteen. So 16, and 16, for women?
And for women, up to 12. So it's 11 and a half, but rounding it up, so 12 glasses. And these are 8-ounce cups of water for the day. For the day. All the gentlemen in here are shaking their head, but it's important. So why is there a difference between men and women in terms of what they consume? Generally, the consumption patterns, the lifestyle, the physical activity levels, built up in general of males and females are different. But mark you, sometimes there are cases where women will need more in cases of pregnancy. So a pregnant woman would need more than, the recommended 12 cups of water for the day, right? And then you have, when you're elderly, just as children, they might need less because, their kidneys are not as efficient as the average person to actually help, flush all the water.
Okay. So this is called hyponatremia. I'm not going to even try.
Hyponatremia, so yes. So when you drink too much water now, overhydrating, or, it leads to water toxicity. So this is an electrolyte imbalance. So the same word that you called hyponatremia. So this is a condition where critical electrolytes, so like the sodium that is used for the sodium-potassium pump, helping to regulate your blood volume, etc., the levels become low. So what happens is when you start to drink more than that 15 cups of water or the 12 cups of water, the sodium levels drop. It becomes dilute, basically, and your cells start to swell or become inflamed, even the cells in your brain, and that can also cause permanent brain damage if it's not treated, or even death in the worst case.
I wonder if Rosanna see me look on her, me drink about 40 glasses of water every day. Oh my God.
Slow down.
Yeah, no, I drink a lot of water. So my question is, how do you know, apart from the numbers, how do you know when you've had too much? What are some of the symptoms?
All right, so some of the symptoms of overhydrating or water toxicity, you realize you start to feel nauseous throughout the day. You can have headaches as well, right? You can start to have muscle cramps or soreness. In some cases, persons might have seizures, right, depending on the situation.
So those are extreme, though.
Right. And of course, clear urine. So, because, there's a misconception amongst us all that, once my urine is clear, I am healthy, I'm drinking enough water. So clear, you should actually be aiming for a very light yellow color. Once it's clear, it's a signal to say, all right, too much water, kind of need to cut back on my fluid intake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is most at risk?
So most at risk, let's say, are athletes. Specifically endurance athletes. So like the marathon runners, the cyclists, they're most at risk because they tend to be doing these long endurance exercises, and of course living in Jamaica as well in the tropical climate with the heat, so they tend to overindulge on the water. But at the same time, it's just to remember that, hey, balance is key. So you do stick to your water intake, but at the same time, remember, when you're doing those exercises, you're sweating, so you're losing electrolytes. The main focus is to replace the electrolytes that you're using. So you have your formulated sports drinks or your fruits, vegetables, foods that have these electrolytes, like your tomatoes, your, you know, citrus fruits, you know, all of those to help replace electrolytes you're losing.
Yeah, it's important to monitor children as well, I feel, because even sometimes as parents, we'll say, come and drink some water, drink more water, but balance is always important.
Right, so it is important to balance water intake for your children as well. So as I said before, you know, their kidneys are not as efficient as us as healthy adults, so it won't be able to flush, you know, as much fluids throughout the day. Because remember, the average healthy adult kidney can flush around, say, 1 liter of water per hour. That's on average 20 to 28 liters of water for the day. So that's why you need to, you know, for a child, you cannot keep it between the, you can use the general 8 ounce glasses for the day for them, but, you know, try to keep that balance as well as their sugar intake. I'm
going to ask a stupid question. Sometimes I hear people talking, I shouldn't say that, I always tell my students the only stupid question is the one you don't ask.
Right.
Sometimes I hear people say, you know, that's water weight, you're carrying water weight. Can that also be one of the things? Because your body can't process it and get it out of your system, then that's a build-up?
Right, so there is indeed a thing called water weight. So yes, you overindulging, you know, or over-consuming, you know, fluids, right? So general water plus foods that you eat or beverages that you drink that have water. Plus at the same time, there are persons who take certain medication or drugs that, you know, induce water retention, right? So, you know, those can actually help you. So you realize that you're bloating because the cells are swelling, but it's really water.
Boy, I tell you, some of the things that you experience and you have no idea that that's happening. So what should I do if I'm experiencing the symptoms?
I mean, there are some simple steps. If it's a case where you realize that, you know, it's a simple case of overhydration, so you just want to cut back on your fluids, right? I mean, try to adhere to the 12 for women, 15 or 16 for men. You know, maximize on your fruits and vegetables to get electrolytes in. Also, there are cases, if it's a case where you want to seek the help of a physician, right, they will probably prescribe probably diuretics for you. So that will help the kidneys to go ahead and, you know, remove the excess water, right? And there, you know, I mean, the main key is just to cut back on your fluid intake.
You know what I discovered the other day, and it's important, the Ministry of Health just launched their campaign about reading your labels. And one of the bottles of water, depending on the size, but there's a particular size that's, you know, most people purchase. And when you look at it, it says 2 servings.
Right, and people drink that in...
People drink that as one serving of, like, you know, that's just one bottle of water that I'm going to have. And when I saw it, and I said, this is 2 servings? So
it's really and truly, and I mean, you know, I was even having the conversation earlier with someone, they say, like, they have that one bottle of water, and they think that, you know, it's the same one serving, like, really and truly, that's about 2 glasses. So, you know, you have to manage how much of those you drink for the day. Once you don't exceed probably 8 of those bottles for the day, then you're good to go.
Yeah, it's important that we begin to develop that kind of nutritional habit of reading labels and understanding what serving sizes are and what it is that we are consuming.
Indeed.
We have to make that a culture in Jamaica and not just bust the can and eat. No, and the water is important. No, this is really eye-opening, Rosanna. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Guys, you know, it's important to hydrate, but in everything, balance is even more important. So we have to make sure we know what we're doing. Thank you for speaking with us.
My pleasure, Delia.
Nutritionist and Health Education Officer, Rosanna Pike. That's 10 Minutes to Your Health. We'll do it again next Thursday.